Alright. Okay, so I just ducked out here to the greenhouse. Everybody's actually still inside. We have just done the lovely charcuterie spread that is at the end of Hand-Hewn Farm workshops. They bring a lot of their cured meats from their place in Ohio, and these are hogs they've raised and processed, and it's just a really cool experience for everybody who has been hands-on all week to get to try the things that they're learning how to make. So I shared with you guys in the vlog the other day how I got these boxes from Bootstrap Farmer. I just kind of re-upped all of my pots, my trays. I ordered extra because, like, basically they have like the small sets where you can have a couple. I needed more than that, and then I went ahead and just got the bulk orders because I'll share some of these things, and that way I can share plants and not be super stressed out about getting the containers back. But I'm saving all of this cardboard. I'll have to take all the plastic tape off, but I'm going to be using this as well as this packing paper that came in it for weed suppression in the garden spaces we're putting in. We're going to start laying some compost down on top of the ground in the high tunnel areas where we're going to be gardening in there, and I'm just saving all of this cardboard to use for that. The fact that there are people in my house and that I'm out here in my greenhouse is such an accurate representation of who I am. Now, I am having some more like soil delivered to get started on some areas this year before we have our own compost being made, and that's why I'm out here. Also, I came out to like kind of oversee that. But I love people, and it's funny, I said something about being really introverted recently, and somebody commented, they're like, there's no way you're introverted, you're so outspoken, you're so extroverted, you're so friendly, like all these different things. I love every one of you, all 500,000 that are out there that have at one point clicked the subscribe button to our channel. I'm so thankful that you're here. I know you're there, like I know that you are there, but like currently in this exact moment I am alone in my greenhouse talking to my camera, and so like you see this personality in me that is actually less obvious in a group setting. Whenever we do like conferences and we go to different things, a lot of people are like, Jess, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you feeling okay? Like, and all this different stuff, and it's because they expect this and what they get is that I'm actually a lot more reserved, and I mean, once I'm around people that I'm, you know, comfortable with, I feel good about opening up, but it does wear me out for sure. I am truly like an introvert in the sense that I can be social. It just does not refill me. It drains me. And as much as I enjoy it and I enjoy the people, I mean, even I'm the same way with my own family. I mean, Jeremiah and I have times that he goes and watches a movie or a show. I read a book. We're separate. We're not having conversation. Just because it's good when you know that that's something that you need to be like emotionally balanced. It's good to give yourself what you need. And I will go back in and be social in a moment, but as of right now, I'm watering my plants. The other day I mentioned, oh, I have a little seed cap stuck on a seedling. I've said this before, even this season, I'll say it again. If you have a seed cap stuck on a seedling, spit on it, because your saliva will help break that seed cap down. I mean, moisture does it, but I think there's supposed to be like some enzymes or something in saliva that helps it. I said in a video recently that I was gonna go get some shelving sets from like Sam's Club, and I have not been able to find anything in stock. Someone did message me about finding some shelves on Craigslist, so I'm exploring options, but as of right now, my plants are still on the ground. We might end up having to build shelves after all. So I'm going to show you guys really quick about bottom watering and how I like to water my plants. You'll see me sometimes come in here and just hit these plants from the top like this with some water. This is called top watering, as you can imagine. I got a lot of comments on this little spray wand. Last time I used it, somebody was like, wow, that thing's so nice and it works so well. I'm pretty sure this is just from like the Tractor Supply. This is not like anything fancy. It does not have a brand on it. The thing with these is somebody's like, oh, yours works so much better than mine. These all end up really stinking after a little while, and this one's relatively new, which is why it still works really well. They all end up kind of leaking and stuff, but this one's doing fine right now. However, watering from the top like this is not usually my go-to way to water, because like I just passed over all of these, and like the soil it gets very dry. It waters the top of the soil, but it's hard to really gauge how much is actually soaking in. And especially when it's hot, like it is now, right now in the greenhouse here in South Carolina. What I like to do is bottom water. So you'll see a lot of these trays, not all of them have slots empty, but a lot of them have an empty slot, because I just stick this thing in and fill it up. If there's not an empty spot, I just pull one of these out and fill this up. Usually about halfway when the plants are getting really big and it's getting warmer outside, I'll just fill it all the way up to where the plants are sitting in a full container of water, because that's gonna, one, it's gonna get soaked up really fast by larger plants that are drinking more, and two, when it's hot, it's gonna evaporate more out of the soil and out of the pot itself. And that's why all of my starts are sitting in these trays, because I find that if they're not, I guess a couple of these trays aren't, if they're not, they just dry out way too fast. The other benefit of bottom watering is that it does keep the leaves dry. Now, obviously, I'm not that terribly worried about it, because I come in here and just spray them all. But whenever it's getting hotter and more humid, and therefore, you know, just spraying the top of the leaves is going to just dry off super fast and create more humidity. That is like the prime breeding ground for fungal infection, which we obviously don't want. Like I said, I'm clearly not too terribly stressed about that, but it is good to know, and bottom watering is superior in that. The reason I have been spraying them from the top more is because they're on the ground, and getting down here and bottom watering that just takes a little more effort. I do need to get some shelves though, because with these being on the ground, I also need my fans out here. I'm just noticing, you know, they're getting a little reachy. They're not what I would call leggy yet, but they are just a little reachy. I'd like to have some power on them and get them up a little higher so that make sure they're not being blocked from any light. Okay, y'all, it's later in the evening. All our friends have gone along their way. Doug and Andy from Hand Hewn Farm are on their way home. We've had a great weekend, exhausting but great, and now the thing that I have been so excited for weeks, months even, is upon me, and I'm waiting, and I seriously am having a hard time walking right now. I'm so excited. We're gonna look over here and hang out and wait for this particular guest to arrive. Look at my onions, look so nice. So my friends Jeremy and Cass brought me a bunch of pots earlier, because he works with a nursery and therefore has access to lots of the pots that the nursery is no longer using, which is very nice. We'll recycle all day, and Will potted up all of these blackberry bushes, raspberry bushes from Stark Brothers, and all of the trees we got from Stark Brothers. Look at all of these handsome men.
Aww. Aww. Made me feel so flattered.
So, I'm so excited. A year ago, almost a year, my little brother and his lovely lady went on the road. They sold their stuff, put the rest of it in storage, and bought a vintage Airstream and went on this epic trip. He's been selling art from the road. He's a tattoo artist. He's been traveling to different places and doing guest spots in different shops and just working on the road and fishing all over. So they spent a long time out west and went all down like the southern coast and along the Gulf and all of that. And he has finally made his way up to South Carolina. So I've not seen my brother in almost a year, and that's a big deal. He is about to pull in my driveway, and I am so excited. There they are. Oh, check out our high tunnels. So this project got paused for the weekend for the hog processing, but look, this is going to be probably pretty well done this week, I think. Here he comes with the happy trout. That's their camper.
I'm so excited.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Uncle Drew's here. You know what that means?
Fishing.
Y'all, Winona, the goat, is one of the few that didn't get bred early on in the season. And she is getting really close to kidding. See her? Hey, Winona. I really thought she was like gonna go yesterday, but she didn't, obviously. Look, it's Code Man. Cody! What's up, Code Man?
Did you make a friend?
Cody! Cody visits the farm!
Did you make a friend?
Yeah, so that's Cody. So they got Murph first. Where's she? Oh, there's Murph. Murph is the fishingest dog you ever did see. She loves catching fish. Y'all are excited?
Yeah.
Y'all are both, y'all love fishing, don't you?
Yeah.
This is Mason. This is Toby's best buddy. He's over, spent the night last night. You gonna be on a YouTube video, Mason?
Yeah. Also, I need
excited?
Yeah.
Drew and Katie got the trailer pulled back in here, and as he was leveling it, his hydraulic jack went out. So this has been a moment, but I am so glad they're here. All right, it's the next day. Are happily out on the pond with Uncle Drew. Assessing. So I've been waiting for Drew to get here. I haven't done much at all with this pond. We've done a little bit of fishing on it. I've got some plans for like some different aquatic plants around the sides and some different like permaculture things to help like promote the health of the pond. But I really wanted his opinion of it just because he'll come out and fish for all the different things that could be in here and try to get an assessment. He's also going to go out on his kayak and like measure the depth, because the only information we have right now is what we were told by previous owners. So we're going to find out for ourselves while he's here, and I'm pretty excited about it. Last night they got into town and the boys had a baseball game like right away. We went to the baseball game. And Drew was like, yeah, he was saying stuff about the pond. I'm like, wait a second, like you checked out the pond already? I knew he would not be able to resist. He's so funny. Anytime he walks by anywhere with fish, he'll be like, there's fish in there, and he like has to find out. But last night we at home, and Jeremiah and I were shredding up some of the pork meat that we'd been cooking from the butchering, and it was late. And Drew called me, and he was walking down to the pond, so we came down here, and he was fishing last night, like the middle of the night. He just couldn't help it. He had to see if he could catch anything. So right now, obviously, just fishing with the boys. We've got some time. They're going to be here for a couple weeks, and I'm really excited about it. Now check out our willow. You know, we don't have it tied right now. I'm trying to let its trunk get a little stronger. It's grown about 4 feet since last year when we planted it.
Yep.
You getting out of the rain?
Yeah.
So, do you like fishing?
Yeah.
You do. That's good. So, they've got a couple setups here.
Or you can leave it right there unless he starts swimming out that way.
Yeah, I saw his head just coming.
Yeah, we want to keep an eye to see where he pops up, because we do not want to catch a turtle. We'll leave that one in shallow.
We've got some little setups holding these poles here. So what Drew's going to try to do is like fish for bass, fish for catfish. He said he thought he saw some crappies kind of rise to the top. So he's going to like try different things to see what all's in this pond. We don't really know other than what we've caught and what we've been told. And mostly what we've caught is mostly bluegill, like sunfish, and then a single catfish. I was told that there are bass in here, but we haven't caught any. It's actually starting to sprinkle, so I am going to put my camera up. But I'm really excited to have Drew here. He's gonna kind of help me assess the pond. We really haven't done much of anything with this. I love having it. It's amazing. Just having the water source from a sustainability point is a big benefit. But if we could secure this as a food source also and balance the ecosystem. Right now we do have a lot of turtles in it, which is not great for fish populations. But we're thinking if we could get this balanced, then that's just another step towards food security, right, Ez?
Yeah. And And also I'm in here because I don't want to get wet.
Yeah, you're not feeling the rain. Well,
I feel
I'm
wet.
gonna cover my camera with this towel, turn it off. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today, yesterday. I know this is a little bit of a jumbled vlog, but it's been a busy week and sometimes those get jumbled. Thank y'all. I bless you. Until next time.